Now, CBS 46 News at 6.
Hospital beds and ventilators are precious commodities for hospitals.
All the hospitals are prepared. We have people on call. We have people on backup call, and we're ready to be there if it's necessary.
I'm Brittany Edney, and I'll tell you what experts say are the other top priority as everyone prepares for the peak.
Grocery stores are doing their part to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. I'm Ayana Crystal. We're finding out what safety precautions they're taking.
We will continue to be there for you. We are in this together.
Georgia's confirmed cases of coronavirus surpasses 11,000. Good evening. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum. Another milestone, Sean. And according to research from Johns Hopkins University, Georgia has more confirmed cases than all of South Korea. The most recent numbers from the Department of Public Health tell the story. Georgia has 11,483 cases and 416 deaths. More than half of the confirmed cases are women. Fulton County has the most infected residents with more than 1,300. Dougherty County has 67 deaths. That's the most in the state.
Grocery stores across Metro Atlanta are stocked and prepared for Easter shoppers. In less than 10 minutes, we're going to break down the action those same stores are taking to keep you and your food safe. But in the meantime, we're also keeping an eye on a monster storm system that is headed toward Georgia. This thing is packing enough power to generate strong thunderstorms and even tornadoes. In less than 5 minutes, Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez tells us when we can expect several inches of rain.
A stark reminder of the times in which we're living. Triage tents have been set up outside Northside Hospital, a sign that hospitals are gearing up for the worst this pandemic has to offer.
That leads us to our top story at 6 o'clock tonight. The day causes restless nights and days among healthcare workers and researchers is almost here.
Depending on what you read, the peak day of coronavirus deaths in the U.S. is only 3 days away. Various images from across the country and the world forcing people to ask, how much worse can it get? CBS 46's Brittany Edney gets that answer and more from Emory University researchers.
Experts at Emory say that they are getting advice from doctors abroad on how to best prepare for the peak, including some of the top resources they need to be putting their focus on in order to help prevent as many deaths as possible. Cities across Georgia are preparing for the coronavirus peak.
We're all preparing.
Dr. Carlos Del Rio, an infectious disease expert with Emory University, says the peak estimate of Easter Sunday may be off by 3 or 4 days.
It's a matter of waiting for a hurricane to hit you. It may hit you with a Category 4. It may hit you with a tropical storm.
So far, Georgia's Department of Public Health reports 416 deaths statewide. That's out of the 11,483 confirmed cases. To minimize increases, Del Rio says the focus must stay on social distancing and testing.
Flattening the curve is the number one thing because, not only do we want to decrease transmissions, we also want to decrease the number of hospital admissions and the number of people that are needed for care in the ICU.
Adding healthcare staffing plays a big role during this pandemic.
Here at Emory, we've seen a much lower mortality than what they've seen in Italy or in France. And talking to my colleagues this morning in Paris, they were saying, that's because we simply do not have enough staff in our ICUs to do the prone ventilation that you guys are doing.
As far as an antibodies test, Emory doctors say they are working in their labs trying to validate testing, and they hope to roll out and start using them in the next few weeks. In Atlanta, I'm Brittany Edney, CBS 46 News.
Brittany, thank you. Emory University continues to lead the way in finding a coronavirus vaccine. Earlier this week, the Food and Drug Administration signed off on human trials of an oral compound developed by a company owned by Emory. The drug, which has no formal name yet, has been shown to reduce the amount of virus in the lungs.
Developing news from a story you're only going to see on CBS 46. We have learned 2 or more Arbor Terrace residents, a married couple, have died from COVID-19 after contracting the virus at the assisted living facility. 80 and Blanche Johnson Jr. died this week, bringing the total to 7 deaths. The latest count from the Fulton County Board of Health shows 48 residents have tested positive for COVID-19, along with 17 staff. Their daughter, Jennifer McWhorter, spoke exclusively to CBS 46's Karen Greer and says she was disturbed by the lack of protective equipment staff was wearing when she arrived to take her father to the hospital.
I was thinking, man, he does not have on any equipment, and I'm garbed up with gargles and face mask and a hoodie tied around my neck. He helped me put him in the car, and I was like, man, this is really bad for him to not be wrapped up, and surely he knows that my mother was positive.
Fulton County's interim health director calls this the largest outbreak at an assisted living facility in the county. We are staying on top of this story. You can hear more from McWhorter on our streaming app, CBS 46.
And we showed you this bullseye at the top of the show. The southeastern U.S. Likely to see severe weather on Easter Sunday. The strongest storms are in that red bullseye area over Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and southeast Arkansas. But even here in North Georgia, we are under a level 3 risk of severe weather. That's an enhanced risk. We only see that a couple times a year, and this is the first one we've seen so far this season. April is our severe weather season. It's also the month that we see the most tornadoes, that coupled with March. So this is a system we're watching very closely. Moderate risk of tornadoes, high risk of strong damaging winds. On top of that, we will see very heavy downpours. The time frame from these storms is Sunday afternoon with the highest risk of severe weather Sunday night into Monday morning. For tonight, no severe weather, just really chilly temperatures. We're dropping down to the 30s and 40s. We're going to be so chilly that we're going to see frost across northwest Georgia. A frost advisory in effect starts at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. After that, we'll warm up to the 70s and it will be gorgeous, but definitely a day to prepare. It will be a gorgeous Saturday, but get those severe weather plans in place. I'm going to pinpoint when those storms will move in, what they mean for Easter Sunday, and when they'll finally move out of our area coming up.
All right, you can download the free CBS 46 streaming app before this storm hits. You will get weather alerts sent directly to your phone. The app is available for Apple and Android users. Well, it's a brave new world for people looking to pack their pantries.
These days, grocery stores across metro Atlanta look like hospitals. Shoppers are wearing masks and gloves as they hope to catch deals and not the coronavirus. CBS 46's Ayana Crystal breaks down action taken by your local store to keep things clean.
Grocery stores are one of the few places where people still gather in large crowds. Every week, the guidances are changing and stores are adjusting. Right now, there are safety precautions to prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
I love what I do, but we literally are right there. We're right there in the line of fire, so it's really no way around it.
Grocery stores are deemed essential, but for their employees, it puts them close to the public and therefore at risk for COVID-19. A Kroger spokesperson told me today they are doing all they can to keep you and their staff safe.
We are ensuring proper cleaning procedures are followed, installing plexiglass partitions at check stands.
We went to a Kroger in Atlanta to check and see if they are doing this. Many stores are taking special safety precautions, like limiting the number of people allowed in the store at one time. Trader Joe's even makes people wait outside 6 feet apart before letting them into the store. Publix is disinfecting carts and frequently touch surface areas.
And we will continue to be there for you. We are in this together.
There are reports of grocery store employees across the country dying from COVID-19. Walmart faces a lawsuit alleging the company didn't do enough to protect its workers. Today I spoke with a Walmart employee at an Atlanta store that says after an employee there tested positive, she doesn't feel safe at work.
It didn't seem like they were pressing as hard to get those masks and to get the things that we needed on the daily. It kind of sucked, especially the overtime we were doing, working 12, 13-hour days. And still not getting the things that we need. So, that's kind of discouraging and kind of heartbreaking that, you do put your life out there like that. And I come home to 2 small kids, 2 kids every day. I don't know what I bring them home. It's kind of disheartening.
I reached out to Walmart to find out what they are doing to keep you and their staff safe. I have not heard back. As for shoppers, experts say only go to the store if you absolutely have to. And if you do, make sure you sanitize your hands often, wear a mask, maintain social distance, and only touch what you're going to buy. In Atlanta, Ayana Crystal, CBS 46 News.
Wiping down certain items from the grocery store can keep you and your family safe. First, make sure you wash your hands after getting home from the store, really after getting home from anywhere. Then create a dirty and clean side in your kitchen. Wash your produce with soap and water. Wipe down any cans, glass, or plastic products. And after all that, wipe down your kitchen counter and wash your hands again.
Small businesses that pump life into communities and money into the economy are suffering because of this pandemic. According to the Small Business Administration, Georgia has about 900,000 small businesses, which employ almost 2 million people. A limo company CEO is now one of those business owners wondering what the future looks like. Eric Almina laid off all of his workers. Now he's trying to generate money through loans. The most popular is the Paycheck Protection Program. It provides forgivable loans up to $10 million to small businesses. Georgia Congressman Doug Collins says small and medium-sized banks have just started to process that money, but it is likely the program will run out of money soon. It is important to mention next week Collins plans to work in Congress to get that fund replenished.
Metro Atlanta school districts continue to adjust how students learn during this pandemic. Starting this Monday, digital learning for Cobb County students will happen Monday through Thursday. Fridays will now be reserved for students to either review their work from the past week or catch up on other assignments. According to the district, this will be the new norm for the rest of the school year. Gwinnett County Public Schools, the state's largest district, doing the same thing. The district also announcing today that seniors will have virtual graduations next month. District officials are not ruling out the possibility of traditional ceremonies taking place sometime over the summer if the coronavirus outbreak calms down. There is so much information on the coronavirus crisis that comes in. Sometimes it changes quickly. That's why we're leading coverage on the coronavirus outbreak with hourly updates for you. Join us at the top of each hour for the latest developments on our powerful CBS 46 streaming app and our CBS 46 Facebook page.
Oh, what an amazing story. And we're seeing a lot of these stories come out as we get deeper and deeper into this quarantine. I want to start with what we're tracking because we're tracking a great Saturday, a chilly night tonight, but we are tracking the potential of severe storms for the second half of the weekend, specifically on Easter Sunday. Temperatures tonight will drop to the 30s and 40s, so a frost advisory in effect. It will warm up by tomorrow afternoon. We have beautiful weather tomorrow afternoon, but on Sunday we will be in storm mode. We're looking at the potential of tornadoes, moderate risk of tornadoes, with a high risk of strong damaging winds. Until Sunday, we do have really great weather over the next 24, 36 hours. Right now, 60 in Midtown, 65 in Buckhead, 59 right now in Smyrna. So already cooling down in the northern burbs where we have some 50s in Emerson and Woodstock and Roswell and Johns Creek. Temperatures will drop pretty quickly tonight. The winds will start to die down. And as that happens, that's going to allow temperatures to drop pretty quickly. And we'll drop down to 41 in Atlanta with clear skies. And it will be cold enough that we'll even see some frost develop from Carroll County into Cherokee County, into Gilmer County, Union County, Fannin County, all under a frost advisory. Starts at 4 a.m. That's when temperatures will be cold enough to support frost and continues through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. After that, we'll warm up to the low 70s. So although we only got up to 62 degrees today, that was our high temperature. We will be about 10 degrees warmer tomorrow as we get up to 71 degrees. Then everything changes on Sunday. And this is as ominous as it looks. That area in red, that's where we have the highest risk of severe weather. So that's going to be over Mississippi, Alabama, northern Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas. That is where we have a level 4 risk of severe weather. So severe weather likely in that area. We're in that level 3 area. So as those storms move in from the north and from the west, they are expected to weaken, but certainly not fast enough. And we are under that level 3 risk. It's an enhanced risk. That means that severe weather is certainly possible. We have about a 30% chance of seeing severe weather within 25 miles of anyone in that orange area. So that is a high risk for us here in North Georgia. We only see it a couple times a year. This is the first time we've seen it so far this season, and we are in severe weather season. So watching for the possibility, again, strong damaging winds, tornadoes, and very heavy rain. It does start Sunday morning. We'll see some rain as early as 6 a.m. No severe weather expected through the morning, but we will see some rain, even some storms. Then by Sunday afternoon, some storms will move in from Alabama, possibly severe storms with the highest risk of severe weather after 8 p.m. We'll see those storms in northwestern Georgia. You see those deep reds weakening as it moves in, moving over the metro area around midnight, 1 a.m., then pushing out by 5 a.m. So this is going to be an overnight system Sunday night into Monday morning, bringing a high risk of strong damaging winds, moderate risk of tornado, and heavy rain, possibly flooding. It will start in the afternoon, but the highest risk is between 7 and 11 across far north Georgia. The metro area has that risk of severe weather between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m., then moving out of our area after 5 a.m. We will be in storm mode here at CBS 46 as the storms move in. This is the time to make that severe weather plan. Know where you need to go in the event of a tornado warning, because tornadoes possible on Sunday. Have that plan ready. Make sure the entire family is aware of that plan. We are going to have hourly updates throughout the day on Sunday as the storms move in. We will be in storm mode here at CBS 46.